Hey everybody, it's Beth from Yoga Bliss, and I just wanted to pop in for a little foot leg exploration in prep for Warrior One. So let's hop on the mat. So here we are. Start with your right foot. You can put a block under your foot as you need to, or under your leg, or you can rest your leg on your other leg. And we're just going to make a fist, and we're going to rub quite vigorously the sole of your foot to wake up even more all the sensory receptors in your feet, to bring a little warmth to the connective tissue under your feet. Super. And then let's hold your ankle, hold your heel, keep that pretty steady, and wrap your hand around the top of your foot and gently twist the forefoot toward the sky and back to center. We'll do that a few times. Again, trying to keep the ankle pretty stable, so the movement's happening more at the forefoot. Great. One more. And then let's hold your thigh, hold your shin. So we're going to keep the thigh and the leg pretty stable and try to move mostly at the ankle joint. You're going to flex and draw your toes toward the sky and point through your ankle joint and reach your toes forward. Again, we'll flex through the ankle, draw the toes back, and point through the ankle and draw the toes forward. One more time like that. Then keep the point through your ankle. Draw your toes up so you're trying to extend them. Then flex, then curl, make a little toe fist and point. Then extend the toes, flex the ankle, toe fist, point through the ankle, extend the toes toward the sky, flex your ankle. And then let's make a circle around, moving mostly at your ankle, the rest of your leg stable, and the other direction. And then curl that toe fist and circle, and circle. Great. Let's put that foot on the ground. And so we've have in yoga, we talk about the four corners of the feet. So the big toe mound, the pinky toe mound, the inner heel, and the outer heel. We're going to try to plant all of those four corners on the ground, your toes on the ground. And without lifting any of those four corners, just imagine you could shorten up from the big toe mound to the inner heel and see if that activates the muscles in the feet and lifts the inner arch of the foot, and then relax that action. You can try to draw the big toe toward the inner heel to try to let the rest of your toes relax, and then let that go. And one more time, try to draw the big toe and the inner heel a little closer towards each other, and let that go. All right, let's check it in on the other side. So make your fist, a little vigorous rubbing. Hello, foot. Time to wake up. Get out of the shoes, get out of the socks, get out of the slippers, all the stuff. All right. Then let's hold your ankle and your heel. Let's take your hand over the top of your foot and just twist the forefoot. Kind of like when you're walking and you toe off, there's that little bit of rotation, right? We'll just do that a couple of times. Great. And then we're going to hold the thigh and the shin, and we'll flex through the ankle, the toes to the sky, and then point through the ankle, the toes right in front. Flex through the ankle, the toes to the sky, point through the ankle, the toes reaching long. We'll do it like that one more time. Now we'll keep the point and extend the toes toward the sky. Flex your ankle, curl your toes, point your ankle. Toes to the sky, flex your ankle, curl your toes, point your ankle. Extend the toes, flex the ankle, curl the toes, point. And then find your way back to flex. Let the toes go up to the sky and make a couple of circles in one direction. Again, the rest of your leg, thigh, pretty still, circle in the other direction. And then let's make a toe fist and circle the ankle. I have a hard time with this side. And circle, and circle, and circle. Yeah, everything kind of wants to go. The minute I make that toe fist, I have to investigate that. Now let's try to find those four corners here. Big toe mound, pinky toe mound, inner heel, outer heel. Let the toes try to spread a little bit. And without changing anything through the foot, just try to draw the big toe toward the inner heel, the big toe mound to the inner heel. Try to let the rest of the toes relax. And then let that action go. Again, big toe mound to inner heel kind of feel, and let it relax. And one more time, big toe mound to inner heel, and let it relax. All right, let's come on to your hands and your knees, and you can have a blanket under your knees as you need to. Let your feet and your knees separate as wide as your hips, and let the tops of your feet get nice and heavy. Spread your fingers as you put your hands under your shoulders. And the next time you exhale, press down into your feet and curl your tail under and round through your spine. Then let's tuck the toes under, and as you inhale, tilt into a little cow. Again, let's lay the tops of the feet long and round. And as you inhale, tuck the toes and unwind into a little cow. One more time, peel the toes down and round. Press your hands, the tops of your feet, and curl the toes a little back bend. Let's find your way to neutral. We'll keep the toes tucked under for a moment, and then take just a little weight into your toes. So your hips back towards your heels, and then from your toes, press up. Let's do it like that again. And from your toes, press up. One more time, hips back to your heels. Keep the toes spread, as many of those toes on the ground, and then from the toes, press up. Let's lay the tops of the feet long and do the same thing. Hips toward your heels, whatever your knees will allow. Then from the tops of your feet, press up. Again, hips back to your heels. No knee pain. So if you've got knee pain, I'd like you to stop. Press into the tops of your feet. Come up. And one more time. And press into those feet to come on up. Great. Let's take the right leg back behind you. Toes curled under. And then rotate your thigh out so that the sole of your foot comes to the ground. See if you can find that big toe mound, inner heel, pinky toe mound, outer heel. So 4 corners. And then just stay a breath in, pressing right through that pinky side of your foot. Breath out. And as you inhale, pivot up onto your back toes. Press through that heel. And then let's step that foot forward. Tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee. And so here we are in a lunge. And we're going to see, can you lift the front heel? Like you're making a little high heel on that front foot. Lift the front heel and then lower it down. Lift the front heel and lower. Great. Return your knee and bring your other knee back. From here, let's outstretch your left leg, the toes on the ground. Then spin that thigh out so the heel comes down, and find the 4 corners, the big toe mound, the inner heel, the pinky toe mound, the outer heel, and just press a little bit more through that pinky side. And take one more breath. Then pivot up onto your back toes, letting your toes spread. And then we'll step that foot in between your hands. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee. And then on the front foot, you're trying to make a little high heel. Lift your heel and lower. Lift your heel and lower. Lift and lower. Beautiful. Return your knee and bring your other knee underneath you. Now from here, in your tabletop, let's take a breath in and let's step your right foot forward. Tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee. Now before we go any further, could you find that feeling on this foot? Big toe mound to inner heel, trying to make that connection. Right, so the inner arch lifts, trying to let the rest of the toes relax. Rotate your back thigh out and press all four corners of the foot down. And then emphasize just a little bit more the inner heel and see if that connects you to your inner thigh, and move your inner thigh wide behind you and spread into the pinky toe. Does the inner arch lift? Now from here, like you're growing out of the earth, press down into your feet, rise all the way on up, and let's bring the arms skyward. Virabhadra 1. Again, rooting into the inner heel a little bit more of that back foot, the pinky toe mound of that back foot just a little bit more. And from the anchor of that back leg, bend your front knee. Did you lose that lift of your inner arch in the front foot? Let's take one more breath in and one more breath out. And as you inhale, float your hands to the ground, pivot up onto your back foot, lower your knee, come back to table. Let's take a breath in. As you exhale, step your left foot forward. Tuck your right toes under, lift your right knee. You're in a lunge. Let's try to imagine dragging, that action of dragging your big toe mound towards your inner heel. Rest of the toes trying to stay relaxed. Spiral your back leg outward. Find all four corners of that foot, but then emphasize just a little bit more the inner heel so that your inner thigh moves back and maybe your hip comes a little forward. And then spread into the pinky toe mound. So even here, you've got that lift of the inner arch trying to support from the foot, the knee. Then as if you were growing out of the earth, rise up. Find your warrior one. Again, a little emphasis on the inner heel so you can potentially move that right inner thigh back. Spread into the pinky toe to keep the inner arch lifted. Reignite the big toe, inner heel drag on the front foot for one more breath. And then as you inhale, flip your hands to the earth, pivot up into your back toes, your knee comes down, bring your left knee underneath you. So there you go. Just a little fun feat for Warrior One. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment if you have a question or any feedback. I always love it. And please subscribe to our YouTube page. And you can find out more about me and my classes at thisisyourbliss.com. Thanks so much for playing today. I look forward to seeing you real soon.